Thanks, Dave. Yeah, I can see who's smiling when certain words are said in that. You know, lantastic, and then you can see. So this is next. This is back. Welcome everybody to getting the most out of ZANOG. Quick show of hands. Who is here for the first time at a conference event like this, a ZANOG event? Keep your hands up. Wow, okay, good. So you're in the right place to start with. So very quickly, what is a NOG? It is the Network Operator Group. It focuses on anyone that runs a network and has resources, that runs an ISP or content networks, data centers, exchange points, and getting those people together. So NOGs are normally locally specific to an area, but some of these network operator groups around the world have a wider regional level, like the North American Network Operator Group. So they're usually more informal events. They're non-profit and community focused. A network operator group is not affiliated to any one company or individual. It is run by individuals and it's not run by companies. Right, so with that, what is ZANOG? Okay. ZANOG is a South African network operator group. We're a non-profit and we're striving to build a better internet by supporting local individuals to become better internet professionals. All right, so we're a technically driven organization, and when you see during the week, during the next 3 days, all the presentations that are done on the NOG track are technically orientated. As Portia, I think she took about 6 of my slides. So at least you have a little bit of priming. We aim to have 2 or 3 local get-togethers in each of the regions, and that is thanks to sponsors. And then we have one large national event like this each year. And what we tend to do, or what we do, is we rotate the regions. So last year it was in Durban, this year here, and next year in Cape Town. Just saying, put it in your diaries for next year. We have organizing committee, program committee, a tech committee, outreach and training, and IPv6 adoption committee. As ZANOG, we work with other NOGs around the world. We have people visiting from there, and so we share knowledge on that. Portia gave a little bit of a history of ZANOG. We're 10 years next year. We started in 2017 in Durban. As KZNOG, Ed and I decided that it was a good idea to get together and have an excuse to have some pizza and something to drink. And that basically evolved into having more events. And then what happened is that the other regions said, well, can we have a bit of that as well? And so we shared that love, and we came up with WCNOG and GPNOG. But then it got a bit confusing because now we got all these acronyms flying around even more than what happens in the transmission world. So what we did in 2023, we brought that all into a single umbrella, the ZANOG. And we've had close on 100 events over the last 9 years. And at the beginning of this year, we registered as a non-profit company to show that we're actually really serious about this. We thought that maybe we should grow up. So quickly, what does ZANOG do? We organize events like this. We create this platform so that people can exchange ideas and share their knowledge. We organize training for individuals in the industry. We had 2 workshops yesterday, specifically on the technical track. We run mailing lists, Telegram groups, and our websites. Then we also have a CDN project, which I only have a few minutes left, so I'm not going to go into that. but I think there's been some great interest in the CDN project. But then also the Mirror project, the whole idea of all of this is to allow the smaller operators to get content closer to their users without breaking the bank. And as somebody said earlier, locals lekker, keep the content close, right? And then we also have community services, community network services and tools that we host, like a B-test for anybody that cares about that. I'm looking at Jaco down there. All right, so what's special about a NOG? Well, as I said, it's driven by individuals. It's not driven by corporations. And so when everybody comes to a NOG, they're on equal footing. They're equals. You may have somebody that comes from a small ISP that's just started in, choose your small little town in South Africa, or they might work for a big carrier or, a large content provider. But when you walk into a room, you sit down at lunch, you equals, you individuals. And the idea is that the educational and that by the end of the day, the session, the week, you've come out with more information. And then, as I said, the local NOGs focus on their local communities because we each have our own challenges. And so we want to make sure that those, the challenges that we have are, we can fix them, because the challenges that happen in North America or Asia Pacific, is a little bit different to what might happen in the African continent. They're neutral. We don't have any affiliations. They're non-commercial. It is extremely important for us to have sponsors, and we thank our sponsors for that. But we don't make money out of these events as ZANOG. So for those people that are employers in the room, these are some of the things that you can think about when your staff comes to you to ask if they can attend a NOG, or maybe you should be sending them to NOGs. So you're going into with industry professionals so they can learn the best current practices, from these highly experienced individuals. And sometimes at national NOGs like this, we have international speakers and people that really run networks every day, so they actually do know what they're talking about. So it's a place to obtain knowledge and training on the latest technologies. And you can discuss these current issues that are happening, both on the technical side and possibly when it comes to the more political side, when it comes to our RIR. So one of the other really important things that I think comes out of these events is lasting relationships, both business and technical. When you, from a technical level, if you have a problem with your network and you phone somebody in the middle of the night, if they have met you a couple of times and they have your number in their phone, they're more likely to answer it than a help desk ticket. So just very, very quickly, the meeting structure. This is a general thing. We have workshops. We had workshops yesterday. So in the future, look out for that. We also have a bilateral meeting room. So if you go out here, back towards reception and the display area, a little bit further on and to the left is where your bilateral meeting room is. I'll get into that now. And then presentations like this, panel discussions. Because we are co-hosting with ISPA, there's so much content on different things, so we've had to have parallel tracks. This is the plenary room. Just by the way, if it does get really, really full, there is a little bit more space over there. And then the breakaway room is just across the courtyard on that side there. Generally speaking, the agenda starts 9 to 10, and then we have a lunch break at 1 o'clock, and then there's social events in the evening, like a Beers for Peers. So back to the meeting tool. if you have not registered for the meeting tool, you should have, when you registered, there was a tick box to add you to the meeting tool. Go to meet.nog.net.za, just sign up there, and then you'll find all the other people in the conference, and you can set up some very focused time. There is a lot of talking that happens in the hallways and the passages, but it's when you actually need that focus time just to say, right, what are the next actions here? Right, we have really long lunch breaks, and the reason for that is so that we can build those relationships. What I encourage you to do is join a table that you don't know the people at, and conversely, if that's the right word, is if you're at a table, allow other people to join you. Because the idea here is about openness. Yeah, so it's 90 minutes long, and I'm just looking at all the speaker notes that someone wrote for me. It's by design. Talk to someone new. We do have commonalities about networks and creating business. All right, and so when it comes to questions, that's what Confucius said. What I say is the only silly question is the one not asked. So if you have any questions during, or after a presentation, is that we have a mic over here. Please come up to the mic, state your name, and if you want to, your affiliation, please do it clearly. Not everybody can see who's standing at the microphone. Also, we're streaming the event. So just every time you come up to the microphone, please state your name and then ask your question clearly and concisely. Right, and then lastly, get involved. We are a non-profit. All the people that volunteer at ZANOG don't take anything from it. Everything goes back into the community. We run events like this, but we also have admin fees and accounting fees and all those nasty things. But we also have interesting projects that we run. What came out of ZANOG 25 last year is the Internet Archive project, not the one that we know, which archives the entire internet, but rather the archiving of internet measurement data. And there's only one store of this data that sits in North America. And, well, things wobble in the northern hemisphere sometimes. So what we're trying to do is mirror that into South Africa so that there's another copy of this data, that it's safe, and that requires lots of hard drives. So some of those donations will go towards the hard drives and the machines that go in there. And then all the other things there, you can sponsor events, hardware, join the Telegram mailing lists, go to LinkedIn. When you go to LinkedIn this week, I'm not a social media person. I think you're supposed to hashtag ZANOG. Yeah, and then attend events, but also you're here, so you're already attending the event. So bring your work colleagues, friends, enemies, competitors to the event. All this information is on our website. So with that, thanks very much. Any questions? Good. Oh, one more thing is that please keep your lanyards on at all times. Thank you very much.